Every day, somewhere in the world, a decision determines whether a family eats tonight or goes hungry, whether a child goes to school or works on the street. Most people never see these situations, but humanitarian workers live with them every single day. Because humanitarian work is not just a job, it is a choice to care. And when humanitarian work becomes a moral choice, decisions shapes lives. My name is Asif Foulad, and I stand before you not only as a humanitarian leader, but as someone who witnessed how humanitarian works transform lives and build resilience in the communities. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to share a story, not because it is exceptional, but because it began in a very ordinary day. One day, like many of you, I was sitting at home in Badghis, a province far from Kabul and with limited resources. I was thinking what my future may hold on me. I received a phone call from a friend, and he informed me about the scholarship opportunity to Malaysia. So there was only one scholarship in the entire province, and more than 30 people applied for this opportunity. Why? Because the opportunity was announced through the local radio station. So, as an underprivileged young boy in the same province, I gathered my documents and I submitted to the evaluation committee. We waited for hours, and finally, the evaluation committee came out and announced the name of the winner. And that was my name. So that was the first time I have learned about the opportunity that may come sometime at the very last minute. But now, that was not just the beginning. While studying in Malaysia, I volunteered to a community service program in Vietnam, and I sat with the communities, I listened to their stories. I feel a connection that I've never had before. So in 2013, I came back to my country, Afghanistan, and I started working with a local NGO. We were providing legal services and shelter for women and children. But later on in 2021, I was entrusted with a leadership role in the government, including serving as an education director in Badghis province. So I was overseeing nearly 500 public schools, including my own school. So in the very beginning, I conducted an organizational capacity assessment and to identify the gaps. And I came to know that the education sector in Badghis province needs my immediate attention. So we worked on identifying the ghost teachers and removing them from the education sector. We work on building a transparent salary payment through the banks. We have worked on building the capacity of teachers and school principals. But the very, very important part of our work was to conduct an awareness program at the provincial level for the communities to send their children to school. So all these measurements contributed that in that particular year, the enrollment level increased up to 20%. And so 500,000 children benefited from this intervention. Yet my heart pulled me back to the humanitarian sector. In early 2022, the humanitarian situation was very severe, and we secured a 7 million euro project to provide food and also humanitarian assistance to the communities in the 4 provinces of the western region. But after some time, I came to know that there are a lot of children, they are working on the street just because their parents had no income. So we designed a vocational training and skill development program, and trained nearly 4,000 women and men on these income generation activities. So we also provided a small grant for the parents of these children to generate some income and allow their children to go back to school. So with this intervention, we managed to facilitate 28,000 children to go back to school. This is why we believe that humanitarian works can really impact the communities. Currently, I serve as a country director in Muslim Hands International, and we provide health, education, wash, and livelihood interventions, and also orphan sponsorship programs. One day I meet a young boy supported by our orphan sponsorship program. He held his notebook tightly and told me that before this, without parents, I thought my life will be lost. And now, with the humanitarian support that your organization provides to me, I feel that I can learn and grow. So, in that particular moment, I simply witnessed a hope in the face of a child. So this is why humanitarian work in Afghanistan really works and impact the communities, and particularly at the moment, which nearly 6 million people return from Iran and Pakistan, and also due to the natural disasters like earthquake and floods, the level of humanitarian need in Afghanistan is very high. And it's projected that 21.9 million population of Afghanistan, which is 45% of the population, requires humanitarian assistance. So we, as humanitarian workers, see our work as an opportunity to practice virtue and compassionate and generosity to help others during conflict and natural disasters. Because true leadership is not just how high we climb, but how many lives we lived along the way. So my message to all of you is be ready, believe in your potentials, and get the opportunities, and use it not only for yourself, but also as a bridge to others. So I will leave you with a simple statement. In order to be a good person, in order to do good jobs, you have to be a good person. And this is a reflection of who we are as individuals, as society, and also as civilization. Thank you.